Welcome back, everybody. Another episode of Evan Better Presents Prison Architect. We're at a point now in the prison where the regime is getting messed up because constantly there are people causing problems, and as a result, it is screwing with everything. So, in an effort to change the policy around, I've decided that if you attack staff, I'm just going to lock you in solitary for 12 hours. That way you're out of my hair. I don't have to send guards to come get you. You'll be locked away, sitting there, rotting there for as long as you need. I don't care. That's what you'll be. You'll be stuck in there. These searches are pointless. I, at the same time, have reduced the amount of punishment for finding tools, drugs, and luxuries because it's taking my staff probably a good hour plus just to get the guy and bring him to solitary. So it's already an hour before they even go out to get them. Then it's probably an hour walk to the cell, because they're never near their cell. And then it's another hour in the cell. So that's 3 hours. Well, 3 hours can lead to complete destruction of my entire prison, which is what's been happening lately. I have had so many problems. This is the first proper meal I've been able to have in my prison in forever. It has been literally forever since I've been able to have these guys fed properly. It's always a riot. Always a fight. Always some 100 guys getting locked in solitary, getting locked in their cells. Frankly, it's out of control. I'm completely broke again. They've been breaking so much shit. More dead staff, as you can see. I'm not impressed with that. What the hell are you doing? Go do something, prick. Where's the other doctor? Better be resting. Oh yeah, she's resting. Anyway, things have not been going very well in my prison. As you can see here, we got 58 inmates coming in tomorrow. I changed that in the config file because I couldn't break 200 anymore. It just kept... Every time I'd get above 200, it would fall way back below. There'd be a shit ton of people being released. I mean, look, who's being released here? One more guy. I figure I bring in 58 guys tomorrow. I'm not going to have these problems anymore. It's going to be pretty damn good. Now we are running out of staff. What am I saying? Workmen, we only have 10. I brought up the guards to 80 just because we're going to need a lot of extra hands to deal with the influx of prisoners I'm bringing in. 20 cooks, 2 doctors, that's the same. I fired one of the dog handlers and don't have enough money to replace him. He was being gay, like really stupid. I couldn't tolerate him. He was stuck on something and just wouldn't. His dog was somewhere else. I don't know what was happening with him, but fuck him. He's gone. I think I'm going to be holding off after this episode or so until Alpha 17 comes out and see where the changes are with that. See if this prison can even continue to live. Like I said before, you guys are so many episodes. I record these so many episodes in advance just because I don't have a lot of time in my life between school and work and everything else I do. So I generally record, like, I'll sit down for a day and record, 15, 16 episodes, something like that. So a lot of these episodes you're watching right now were recorded a month ago or more. So it's, just gives you an idea as to where you're seeing it versus where I'm seeing it. So that's why I say I'm going to hold off until, I think after this episode I'm going to hold off until Alpha 17 comes out. That way you guys aren't watching 100 episodes that are freaking in Alpha 16 when Alpha 17's been out for, 2-3 weeks, whatever. You can see here, I mean, I don't know how much I've gotten accomplished since the last video you guys saw, but I mean, nothing's really changed. This hallway is, I don't know, I'm going to change it a little bit here. When these guys get hit by the metal detector, you don't really need a guard stationed right there. I do have 2 guards patrolling that hallway just because it's good to have some visuals in there. Actually, before I do that, let's see how much contraband this dog has captured. If it's nothing, then it's gone. 24 hours, nothing. 3 items tops. Forget it. Excuse me. So let's change the deployment. We don't need this deployment here anymore. Like, it's right next to a security office. If somebody gets caught with something, boom. You know, they stand still while the guards go and arrest them. So we are going to do a shakedown because, like I said, my prison is full of shit. And I really don't want it to be like this anymore. Please excuse me. I'm coming down with a cold again. My immune system is completely fried. I'm going to start sucking back oranges like they're freaking water, I think. This December and January, it's just been so much sickness. I've had cold, flu, cold. Ugh, forget it. Suppose I could eat better, I could exercise more, but who the hell has time for that? I'm going to do the cheap way out. Load up on vitamins. Also, recently I started planning out my next computer build. It's going to be an expensive one. I haven't done a major full system build in probably, like, I don't even know, 4 or 5 years. I've updated my system, every 2 years or so I throw a new motherboard, new graphics card, whatever, that kind of shit inside the system. And any of the components that are needed to be able to make that stuff work. So, sometimes I get a new power supply with it, there's a new cooler. This system I've got right now is a great system. It's a Core i5 processor, a K edition, so it's overclocked to about 4.3 gigahertz. There's 8 gigs of high performance Dominator RAM overclocked. It's got 2 SSDs in it, one for my video editing, one for my operating system, and then another pair of drives that are like 2 terabytes each. It's a great system, but it's sitting in a very old case. It's a CM Stacker version 1. So Christ, that thing has got to be from the 90s, late 2000s. That's an old style case. That thing, I guess it's from the early 2000s. But it's time. I've decided that it's time for a full, brand new system build. So I'm going to do some really, really crazy stuff here. Fourth generation Haswell processor, really expensive, Z 68 motherboard or 98 motherboard, whatever it is there. New hard drives, new solid state drives, new power supply, new case. Really do it right. Let's see how this is going. There's a lot of contraband here. Let's watch the contraband screen. But yeah, so I'm kind of excited about that. The price tag's a little higher than I can afford at the moment. So I'm gonna be holding off on that for a little while. But I'm kind of one of those people that doesn't believe in, if you don't have the money, don't buy something. Don't put it on credit. I've worked very hard to pay down my debt, so I don't really want to take on new debt, even for something that I want, like a computer case. I have more important things to spend my money on. So, it'll be a while before I'm able to afford this new build, but I'm excited about it. Like, it's good to plan it out. It's always fun to build something, especially build a brand new, awesome supercomputer for yourself. I'm really, really kind of excited about it, but it'll be a while. It'll be a while before I can do that. So in the meantime, I gotta put up with this stuff, and the crappy FPS that this thing's getting me. And then, don't get me wrong, I have a GTX 570 HD graphics card in there with 2 gigs of GDDR5 RAM. It's fast. It handles stuff. I can stretch this across both my screens. I usually run in an auxiliary screen and a primary screen just so it's, so I've got more, I can do more. I can be watching a video on the left screen while I'm playing this game, so on and so forth. But yeah, so I'm kind of excited about all that. You know, it's gonna be a lot of fun to be able to finally build myself a proper rig again. But in the meantime, let's see what our inmates are up to. That's a fair amount of contraband. Nothing extreme. I don't know what else I can say about that. Pardon me for a second. There's some noise. Let's see. Yeah. All right. So it's pretty quiet right now. Let's. I thought time was sped up, but it seems like everybody's walking at normal pace. This is getting confused. Clearly. Yeah. Shit's getting messed up again. Yeah, we're pretty much maxed out here, guys. I mean, unfortunately, the game is still in alpha, and it doesn't seem to want to go much further than this. This next 58 prisoners coming in 4 hours is probably going to tax us to the breaking point. So the dream of collecting insane amounts of stuff is never going to happen, unfortunately. Before this is over, let's harvest the forest, shall we? Whoops. That was a little sloppy of me. Alright. Maybe we can make some freaking money back that we haven't had forever. Yeah, it's been pretty rough not having any cash to work with. I've been wanting to build that prison cell, but every day I'm broke. These guys are rioting, they're wrecking stuff, they're punching my showers, they're breaking my doors. It was fun trolling them before to try and make them escape, but now they're just being dicks. They're wrecking up the place all the time. I don't deserve that. I'm a fair warden. I feed you guys 3 square meals. Well, at least 2 square meals. Speaking of, since that was the first good, proper dinner I've had in forever, I'm going to adjust the quantity up to high, give them some nice big fat feeding the next day. Food finally got taken care of. I was having such a hard time with food. It was just every single day these guys were having a starving fest. And they were just fighting and fighting and fighting. It got to the point of being ridiculous. I don't know. Either way, hopefully, in breakfast time, we'll be able to get our, well, there's shower time. Let's see what happens here. Let's make sure all these bastards are going to their showers. Come on, don't be shy. Take your clothes off. Get in the showers. Get that water on you. There you go. There you go. Doesn't that feel nice? Yeah, that feels good, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Yes, it does. Get in there. Get cleaned up. Yeah. Stupid asshole. Anyway, let's see. So, like I said, hygiene, there we go. We'll adjust the regime quickly in a second here. Hygiene is going to be completed in a second, and we'll just pop it over to free time again. Give these guys... I actually caught a guy during work time. I didn't know they would do this, but I caught a guy the other day. During work time, I guess he had to relieve himself, so he stopped doing work and pissed on the floor. He just started pissing on the floor. Well, let's just say I beat him pretty hard with the baton over his head. Urinating all over my clean floor. The guy had just been through there mopping it up, and this motherfucker drops trowel and starts pissing all over my clean floor. I was not having that. No, I wasn't. See, what was that? Phoning family. Exercise. Why do you guys do this? Like introversion, whatever you guys are called. Why do you not make it so that they just go to the closest one? Why do they have to migrate to the other side of the goddamn prison? Get your pathing under control, please. It's very inefficient for these morons to, hey, this is my prison cell, way up here. Wait the hell up here. I'm going to go all the way over to this pool table, this exercise machine, this yard, just to work out. That doesn't work. It does not work, boys. Hurry up, kitchen staff. It's almost time for meals. We have to change this to medium quantity. They're having a hard time getting on it. There we go. Now we got more meals than we need. See that? Before we had less meals than we needed. Now we have more meals than we need. So I'll let them get that food out. And then I'll change it over to high quantity. Oh, crap. They're not going to let me have... They're not going to make this easy on me. They're going to start fighting again. Alright, come on now. Ah, crap. What are you breaking? What are you assholes breaking? Honestly. Alright, good. So we got more meals than we have people who need to eat. That's kind of where I wanted it to be. As soon as they get fed, I'm going to switch over to high quantity of meals. That should hold them over until the end of the shift. Until the end of the day. This is what I want to see. I want to see these assholes getting fed, because this food has been a problem lately. They've been fighting over everything. There we are. Let's change it over to high, since most everybody's been fed. That's what I'm talking about. There we go. Everybody got fed. 98% of prisoners. I can live with that. And we just took in 58 or 53 prisoners, I think it was. This will be an interesting train of guys coming in. Look at the number of freaking... Yeah, here it comes. There's one, there's two. I imagine there's going to be a third, yeah. And a fourth, and a fifth, and a sixth. Goddamn fork thieves. Always with the forks. I don't know why you guys have to keep stealing my forks. What's the punishment for fork theft now? What did I change it to? Lockdown 60 for weapons, eh? Oh, forks are considered weapons. Let's change it to half an hour. So they're stealing more forks than they are spoons. Obviously, they feel they need to have weapons for some reason in my facility, so that isn't any good. So we'll have to see what happens next. But you can see here, I mean, like this brings our total up to 226 prisoners. That's a proper number for a prison with 300 prison cells, you know? And look at the money we're getting now. That's better. 20,000 a day. That's much better. Plus, that doesn't count for wood. That doesn't account for other goodies. Whoops. We missed a couple of trees. Dismantle object. This tree. Dismantle object. What the hell? Come on. What are you doing? Why aren't you working? Alright, well, that's the end of that. We can't dismantle that object for some reason. You, guard. You, guard. I want to see these. I want to see where the wood is. There's a little wood there. Where's all the wood? Honestly, where's all the wood that you guys harvested? At the F. I am not seeing the wood that should be out there. That's a huge forest. Hundreds of trees. I'm going to get fucked on my return. That was like $30,000 worth of planted trees. Damn, that is going to screw me hard. Shit, alright, okay. Well, that didn't plan out, or that didn't work out the way I planned it. Shit. Oh well. I will show you guys this all later on, and I'll probably do one episode after this. I'm probably full of shit. Not going to wait till Alpha 17. I won't be that mean. I'll show you the good stuff. Anyways, I'll see you in the next episode, boys.